What up, y'all? We here talking about Tia Mowry, My Next Act, Season 1, Episode 1. Okay, so here we go, y'all. The episode starts with Tia discussing her divorce. She said um, she talked about how she came into this world by herself. I mean, as a twin, and then after that, she got married. She was married for 22 years to her now ex-husband. Um, she then discusses how she's never been alone, and she also talks about her journey after the divorce. Um, she's with her daughter Cairo, which is so cute, y'all, so cute. And she talks about how her son is uncomfortable on camera, and so she respects his feelings. She don't allow him to be on camera, and I think that is awesome. Next, we go into where Tia discusses how her daughter Cairo reminds her how to enjoy life and how to enjoy those little things. Yeah, and so y'all, Cairo gives her this worry doll and tells her that the doll is to be used not to work for her not to worry anymore. And I thought that was super super cute. Um, it was such a cute moment. So I was I was actually here for it. And then Tia discusses how she hides her pain during the divorce experience, and how she doesn't show her feelings in front of her kids. Um, she discusses the dynamics and dropping off the kids at her ex's house, because at first I know she wanted a whole family dynamic, but it just didn't work out, and that is okay. Um, Next, she states how being alone can be challenging, and how she then goes into the relationship about her and her sister, that video that kind of went viral. um they have their own lives, and that she says she really misses her sister. um she then called her friend Natasha, um and Natasha meets her on set, so now we get to meet the friend Natasha. Natasha used to live a block from her. They used to go walk, and now they live in separate places. Um, and then Natasha brings up that red carpet event with Tia hugging on Corey. And so how the media just kind of made that a whole thing, so she said it was awkward. Um, she said that was the first time she actually saw Corey since the divorce. So she said that she do talk about how people want to know what's going on, and how they create their own narrative as it relates to the divorce between her and her now ex-husband Corey. Um, Natasha asked Tia if she would stand out of the comments, because sometimes we know when you read comments it can be a bit much, um, especially if you allow them to. And I do remember Tia saying that she actually was reading the comments, but I'm not for sure, y'all, if she stopped or not. But I know she said she stopped reading the comments. So I was like, okay, everybody has an opinion. Everybody always have something to say. So I'm no celebrity, but I mean, listen, when I post something and somebody make a comment, I just be looking, so I get it. Hey, it is what it is. Um, she was actually reading those comments in her confessional, and it was just they were just weird comments by the weirdest people, and I I can't say whether or not you should, but I would suggest that you should not read them, because they can be hurtful, especially with people that don't know your character and they don't know anything. They don't know nothing about you. So I mean, it is what it is. Um, So after she also discussed after the divorce how she went back to work but didn't have a chance to really process the divorce. Um, she didn't stop and just sit in it, you know. She also said, which was a highlight, that she always wanted to be seen for her work and not the drama that's surrounding her. And we all know when we think about Tia and Tamara, we kind of don't see drama. At least I don't, not when I look at them. But everybody else is different. So she gets really emotional um, at the fact that she now realizes in this stage of life that she actually have a choice. And y'all, I was so emotional because I was all with her. Like I was really for her when she said that, because we all should be able to get to that place. Like I have a choice to be around this person, to see who I want to see, be who I want to be, do what I want to do. And for me, that actually made me super proud. So kudos to Tia. Y'all, this is a couple notes. These notes is notes. Anyway, Tia has an assistant. Her name is Sierra. She was so nice. She just seemed like a really nice there. Her energy was just really dope. Um, and so when Tia came in, she said, she mentioned to Tia, she was like, um, she called her boss lady. And it's so funny, y'all, because when I'm at work, and I hate talking about, but I'm gonna just say y'all anyway. When I'm at work, I have two bosses, and I literally call them boss lady. And I do it for my purpose, but it was just funny that I actually heard somebody else say it other than me. Um, but she she checks on her, and I mean, she don't. You know how most of the time most people just say, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" She intentionally checks on Tia to see how she's doing, how she's coping. And so Sierra Rodriguez, I want to say that was her last name. She's from the Bronx. She's a healer. She said that she keeps Tia grounded, and she tried to keep Tia level headed, and she also thrive in being honest with her. And I can appreciate that. I think we can all appreciate that. So Tia talks about how her heart drops and how she wanted to um, go home after she saw Corey. I'm sorry, y'all. After she saw Corey at that red carpet event, she said her heart dropped and she really wanted to go home when she saw him. She said she also sensed how uncomfortable he was. And in that moment, she was thinking, like, she wanted to give him a hug and just kind of let him know that everything would be okay. But then she went in her confessional, she said she felt like that was her always her role in marriage, always checking to see if he was okay. To please, he said the thing that we've learned over time, and I think we all know this, it was just to cater to the man, to please the man, to serve, to birth their children. Um, and she also feels like that mindset is toxic, and I 100% agree. you know, she admitted that she stayed in a situation because she was unhappy. I honestly felt her on all of that. Like I actually got what she was going through, what she was feeling in those moments, and you know, I empathize and sympathize with her. I'm just happy that she is in a good place. She was really emotional this entire episode, which was really good. She gets emotional when she discusses how the media throws out all of these stories and all of these narratives, but they never take into account that people have families and they have children and they go, teens, and they go back and read, and it's just it's a whole thing, you know. And she said that Sierra did remind Tia how change is okay. And Tia also admitted how she's uncomfortable with change, and that is why her anxiety goes up. So y'all, Tia she does a like a docu at night with her phone, excuse me, in her room, and she documented her feelings, and she said that it is okay. She did say it's okay not to be okay. Um, she also admitted to how being alone doesn't always feel good. And I think it's because she's always used to being in a house, whether it was her family, and then she went on and transitioned to being a wife and then eventually a mom. So she's always had people around her. And I think when she's in that space by herself, she finds herself in those, I guess, in those lonely spaces and places. Um, but yeah. So in the next scene, she invites all of her friends over, Sierra, Alina, and we all know Essence Atkins. You know, what's up, girl? um, and so she invited them over for wine night, and her and Alina had been friends for years. They didn't specifically state a number, but she did say they've been friends for years. And so they talk about divorce and after divorce, and I guess in a nutshell, just making self happy, the steps that you go, the things that you have to go through to be happy and to come out okay after it's over. So I appreciated all the advice that she got. I especially appreciated when Essence told her that she doesn't have to act when it comes to her emotions. That you're really supposed to be authentic in all of your emotions. And so that was another key thing that kind of resonated with me. So I get it. Um Also, she did state how Corey was her first any and everything. And I was like, okay. She did state that she met Corey. Well, she wasn't able to date until she was 18. And then she met Corey when she turned 22. She actually broke her I guess we can say virginity at 25. And then, they got married. So, I was like, okay, she was really a good girl. Um, so Sierra, it's her name. Sierra brought a little easel back with the type of man, different parts of a man that she wanted to kind of like a build a man, and I thought that was so cute. And so, she did say she has PTSD from dating, um, which I didn't know she was dating. I just thought she was divorced, and then that was it. I can't even tell you how long she been divorced, but you know, she said she love a guy with tattoos, somebody who takes care of themselves, but not too buff. She said she wanted a man with long hair. He had to have that edge and that swag. Um, he did have to have, if she wouldn't mind the tag that he was funny and enjoys having a good time. And I feel like those are really good qualities. Um, but she did say this. If you're not coming correct, don't even step to her because she got bills, she got a mortgage, she got responsibilities, she got businesses, she got jobs, I had kids, and I was here for all of it. Anyway, I'm not sure why I highlighted this, but I think when I read it, y'all will see why I put Tia document. Oh, she did another like another docu deal or whatever, and she documents how she hates divorce and she expressed her emotions, and that she validated her emotions because she said it's okay to feel sad. And in those moments, she didn't want to be around everybody. So I want to say she may have called up her friends, and she was in a funk, and she just wanted to have some alone time. In which I think we all been through that before. So she said she was in the house over the weekend, so she was in her feelings, and that was just that. So the next day we see Sierra and Elena talk about how they felt bad Tia and how they want her to get out the funk and trying to, figure out what they should do to help her. So they decided to come up with a healing party. Y'all, this healing party was everything. Like, I wasn't even mad about the healing party. I felt like it was everything. And so Sierra decided to send Glam at her house for her hair and prep her for the party. Meanwhile, she did not know that, anybody was coming over. She just assumed, my friend making me feel good. I guess, let me get some Glam. I was here for that too. So then we meet Terrell. Now, I don't know if that's her friend or her family member, but we meet Terrell. And y'all, I was sold on Terrell when I first saw him because his attitude, his attitude was everything. So I was here for it. Um, so her and Terrell, they decorated the backyard. I mean, it was really cute. Put the food back there. Meanwhile, she's still up there getting her hair and everything done. So then she get like a message. I mean, I'm sorry, not a message. She get like a notification with her hugging, saying that media saw her hugging somebody, and the whole time it was actually her boss. And she was like, "This is my business." I'm sorry, her business manager. She was like, "This is my business manager," and so that's what she was talking about. And I think those are the things that irritate her. That people decide to come up with their own narrative as it relate to her life, you know. And I think if we go back to the beginning of the episode, it was just as simple as her not being happy. And I want to say she did state that. She said that she just wasn't happy. And then we also hear that in the portion when the medium comes. And, we'll get to that shortly. But um we oh, I'm sorry, before the party started, Sierra actually went upstairs to go get her and brought her downstairs and, had her cover her face. And she opened the door. She realized, hey, I'm in my backyard. And when she opened her eyes, uncovered her eyes and opened her eyes, it was the emotion, it was the genuine happiness that her friends was there for her, and that she just she was just being, loved on. And once again, y'all, I was really here for that. Like, I thought that was really nice. So Sierra did introduce. Oh, I'm sorry. No, let's talk about Julie. Julie is another friend, and Julie brought a pickle, and she was like, "What is that?" And Terrell was like, "You know what that is?" And so I thought it was so funny, but I also was here for Julie for bringing that pickle, so I was not mad at that. Anyway, I loved it. So, thank you. Um, she did express once again. She expressed her emotions and her feelings to her friends as they was all sitting there, talking. You saw tears. It was just a good time, and you can really feel it through the television screen. At least I did. Like, I felt it through the television screen. So again, y'all wasn't mad at that. Um, so Sierra introduces Taz, and Taz is the medium, a healing coach, and she talked to Tia and told her, her ancestors was watching her. Y'all, I don't know that part verbatim, but the one thing I did remember, she said her grandma said that this is a new chapter and a rebirth for her, and again, I was here for it. I was here for it. Y'all, I was here for it. And so, y'all, Terrell asked, um, are you a medium? And he said, I think, what did he say? You a medium? No, you must be a large. And when he said that, y'all, I was cracking up. Like, that was so funny to me. That's why I say his energy was just everything. And the fact that her friends, all of her friends, their energy, you know, her core people, they were just as dope. Like, one of them, Natasha coming to her, the girls coming to the one thing, Terrell. It was just good to see a group of women, even though the it's not centered around them, but to just have people that literally have your back, like no matter what. Y'all, I'm not gonna cry. And so they did a letting go ceremony. Um and in that let go ceremony, you were able to write down, she asked them to write everything down, the things that they needed to let go and burn and throw it in the fire so we can burn it. So Sierra was like, hey y'all, I'm coming right back. So she went to go get Tia's dress. And so Tia was like, what are you doing with my dress? Her wedding dress. And so she was like, she just assumed, thought that Tia was gonna be ready to burn it. But Tia was like, I'm not ready. I don't want to burn it. And it's not because I'm not ready. It's just because I want to be able to repurpose the dress, not burn it. So I want to say, y'all, I gotta help me out. But she also talked about how that dress was just a reminder. I want to say in a nutshell, maybe it was a reminder of everything, you know, that she's overcome, good and bad, throughout the whole deal, you know. So y'all, I promise y'all, I was really, really here for it. But that was the end of it. It went off, and then of course we seen the scenes from the whole season. So I'm going to do my best to keep y'all abreast every week. And you'll get it probably mostly on a Saturday. Um, and again, if you like this video, like it. If you want to share it, please do. And if you want to subscribe, go ahead and click the subscribe, y'all. I'm new to this, so just bear with me, and we're gonna keep this train rolling. And I will see y'all in the next video.